This is Joe's Corner 76. I will be discussing the human condition in all its phases. In order to change it, we have to be involved. Are there any secrets to financial survival? Almost everyone has or is coping with financial problems. Is there a way to resolve them and move on to a sound financial basis? Is the financial problem mortgage related, student debt, credit cards, over the limit, or unemployment? It's safe to say that not all individuals can handle financial challenges, but some can. There are those who I call financial survivors. They refuse to give up, don't despair, and come out beating their financial problems. They refuse to let money troubles get the best of them. They have a sixth sense on how to bounce back from financial woes and then go on to thrive and prosper, even in the worst of times. They rely on their psychological strengths to carry them through. Are financial survivors born this way? Or is it a skill that anyone with a strong desire can develop? The answer is yes to both. You can have an escape from financial troubles if you have a strong desire to do so. What can you do to develop as a financial survivor? You need to look at your debt versus income. Are you in trouble? Do you have a budget to track your spending? Are you buying things you don't need? Are you supporting services and publications you don't really need? Are you willing to admit you are in financial trouble and want the way out? What does it take to become a financial survivor? Hope. It's like oxygen for survivors. You have to believe that no matter how bad things seem, you can overcome them and beat them. I'm not being naive. Hope is a combination of optimism and realism. You need to develop a deep-seated and profound belief that tough times don't last, but people who are tough do. Survivors choose hope. It keeps them moving forward. Become a survivor. They examine the bills they have, the income they have to pay them with, and they make a plan to get out of debt. It might mean renegotiating with their creditors, but they have a plan to become debt-free. They prepare a budget to control their spending to see what isn't necessary. The important thing is they have a pathway to financial success. Faith. Faith means you trust God has a plan for you and your life. I've heard the stories of many survivors who have come to a point where they say, God, I just can't do this. Survivors rely on a power greater than their own. They rely on faith to move them forward. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Remember the old saying, faith can move mountains. Success only comes when you believe you can succeed. Adaptability. Financial survivors have the ability to adjust. They don't wallow in self-pity and despair over the loss of a job. They don't hesitate to downsize. They adapt. They know there will be another house in the future or another job that they'll love. But for now, they'll take a job as a janitor or working night shift in a factory, changing oil in cars, or any other job that keeps them going. Survivors instinctively know they must adapt to survive so later they can prosper. Resilience. An ancient African proverb says that the wind can't break a tree that bends with the wind. This describes the resilience of financial survivors who don't stay down long. They pick themselves up and keep going. Hope is their driver, not despair. Purpose. Having purpose is the booster for survival. Purpose gives the survivor the power to persevere. Survivors believe that they are on this earth for a specific purpose. They believe in their life's purpose, so they will work tirelessly to achieve it. Do you want to buy a house, travel, send your children to a private school, retire early, or any other desire? They look at where they are and plan where they want to go. This takes financial planning and a clear-cut goal. Tenacity. Survivors are strong, and they hang on through thick and thin. They keep their eye on the prize, no matter what hardships come along. They have the strength to hang on, believing they will eventually overcome. Love. Survivors are not ashamed of the passion for the people they love. They will do whatever it takes to make their lives worthwhile. This love reminds them daily that their survival is the only choice in the face of adversity. Now is the time to have a talk with your inner survivor. Financial problems may be heading your way. It's the time right now to be ready to face them. You can follow me on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Facebook at Joe's Corner 76. You can hear me on Spotify and YouTube at Joe's Corner 76. If you enjoyed this podcast, tell your friends. There are many more you can hear on Spotify and YouTube at Joe's Corner 76.